The landing was deceptively gentle. Our ship, the Odyssey, settled onto the surface of Xylos. Like a feather from the cockpit, everything looked serene. Rolling crimson hills stretched to a horizon where twin suns, one blue and one gold, painted the sky in shades of violet and orange. The air filters reported a breathable atmosphere, rich in oxygen. It was a paradise, a perfect candidate for colonization. We were heroes, or so we thought. My name is Commander Eva Rostova. I was the first to step out. The moment my boots touched the soft, reddish soil, I heard it. A whisper, carried on a wind that seemed to come from everywhere at once. It spoke my name, Eva. The voice was a chilling chorus, 1,000 ethereal sounds weaving together. I froze, my hand instinctively reaching for my sidearm. My second-in-command, Kalen, emerged right after me, his eyes wide. "Commander, did you hear that?" he asked, his voice trembling slightly. Before I could answer, the wind swirled around him, and a new whisper filled the air. "Kalen." The rest of the crew, for more specialists, followed. Each one was greeted by the same phenomenon. The planet knew our names. We spent the next hour in a state of high alert, conducting initial scans. Everything was normal. No life forms, no structures, just rock, soil, and that unsettling wind. We decided to set up a preliminary base camp, trying to rationalize what we were hearing. Mass hallucination, a strange atmospheric frequency interacting with our comms. It was during our second day that the whispers changed. They didn't just say our names anymore. As I was calibrating our long-range comms array, the wind wrapped around me. This time, the whisper was clearer, more defined. "Eva," it sang, "the stars will be your tomb." A shiver ran down my spine, cold and sharp. I tried to dismiss it, to focus on my task, but the words echoed in my mind. Later that evening, around our makeshift campfire, the mood was tense. Our xenobotanist, Lena, was visibly shaken. She stared into the flames, air face pale. "It told me," she began, her voice barely a whisper itself. "It said the soil will claim me." We tried to comfort her, telling her it was just the stress of the mission, our minds playing tricks on us. But then, our engineer, Marcus, spoke up. "It told me the machine will fall," he said, gesturing towards the Odyssey looming behind us. The whispers were telling our futures, but not just any futures. They were telling us how we would die. Panic began to set in. Kalen, always the pragmatist, tried to maintain order. "This is a psychological attack," he argued. "Some unknown property of this planet is exploiting our deepest fears. We need to stay logical, trust our training, not some ghostly voices." But his own hands were shaking. The wind had whispered to him too, a vision of fire and a silent scream. The next cycle was a nightmare. Lena refused to leave the habitat module, terrified of touching the ground. Marcus obsessively ran diagnostics on the Odyssey, searching for a flaw that wasn't there. We were unraveling. The whispers grew more insistent, more detailed. They showed us flashes of our final moments, glimpses of pain and terror. My own vision was relentless. The cold, infinite blackness of space. My suit failing, my final breath turning to ice. The turning point came when our geologist, Ren, made a discovery. Analyzing the rock samples, he found a crystalline structure unlike anything we'd ever seen. It resonated with a low-frequency energy, and it was everywhere, infused into the very bedrock of the planet. I think the planet itself is conscious," he explained, his voice a mix of awe and terror. "These crystals, they're like a neural network. And the wind is its voice. It's not predicting the future. It's writing Italiano. The planet wasn't just telling us our fate. It was deciding it. It was a predator, luring us in with its beauty, only to feed on our despair. The whispers were the seeds of our own destruction, self-fulfilling prophecies that we were powerless to resist. Lena's fear of the soil would cause her to make a fatal mistake. Marcus' obsession with the ship would lead him to overlook a critical system until it was too late. My fear of the void would make me hesitate at a crucial moment during a spacewalk. We had to escape. Kalen and I devised a plan for an immediate emergency launch. We had to abandon our mission, our equipment, everything. We just had to get off this cursed rock. As we rushed to prep the Odyssey, the whispers became a deafening roar. They screamed our impending dooms, trying to break our resolve. We fought against the psychological assault, our training kicking in, our survival instincts overriding the fear. We made it to the cockpit, the engines roaring to life. As the Odyssey lifted off, shaking violently, I looked down at the crimson landscape one last time. The wind howled around the ship, a final, furious cry. And in that moment, I heard a new whisper, one not meant for me. It was for the planet itself, a promise from the darkness between the stars. It said, "You are not alone. We escaped Xylos, but it took a piece of us with it." We carry the echoes of those whispers, the knowledge of our final moments. We live on borrowed time, forever looking over our shoulders, wondering when the planet's prophecy will finally come true. The universe is full of wonders, but it is also full of horrors. And sometimes they are one and the same. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories from the edge of space. We'll see you in the next one.